Pretty soon, you'll find that the data in your data source isn't presented exactly the way you need it for analysis. You'll need some sort of customized field or value. That's where Tableau calculated fields come in. Using a formula language, calculated fields let you design your own custom fields to use on your visualizations. To create a calculated field, right-click on the existing dimension or measure you want to use in your calculated field. If there isn't any particular field you wish to start with, you can use the Analysis menu option too. First, give the calculated field a meaningful name. Calculation 1 doesn't mean much when you see it in the data window. So I'll call this Total Cost. Then look for necessary fields in the Fields box. Here, I want to calculate total cost by multiplying quantity by unit cost. So I'll find quantity in the Fields list and double-click it. Now I want to multiply, so I'll type a space, asterisk, and space, and then double-click unit cost in the Fields box. Whenever I stop typing for a second or two, Tableau will check the syntax of my formula, whether all the parts make sense and can be understood. If they can, the green check mark is a good sign. However, if there is some sort of syntax error, maybe I typed an X instead of an asterisk for multiplication, the red X appears. Click the drop-down arrow to see a description of the problem. Modify the formula until the green checkmark returns, and save the calculated field. You'll see it in the data window. In this case, since I used two numeric fields along with a numeric operator, multiplication, it evaluates to numeric and appears in the Measures box. Now, just drag the calculated field onto the workspace like you would any other field. There are countless other examples of where calculated fields come in handy. You may need to tie multiple string fields together to create a single string. This is called concatenation. I'll create a new calculated field called FirstLast that concatenates separate first and last name database fields together. The plus sign is used with numbers for addition, or with strings for concatenation. If I want to add my own string literals in a calculated field, I have to surround them with quotation marks or apostrophes. Because this calculated field returns a string, it's placed in the Dimensions box. Again, I can just drag and drop. Notice that there are some case problems with the names. Some parts are all uppercase, and others are all lowercase. That requires a little more work. Look at this. Here, I'm using a series of functions from the functions list to extract just the first character of the name with the left function, and convert it to uppercase with the upper function. Then, I'm extracting everything but the first letter with a combination of the right and length functions, and converting that to lowercase. And sometimes, you may need to convert from one data type to another. If you have a database that stores date values as strings or numbers, instead of real date fields, you won't be able to take advantage of Tableau's built-in date capabilities. In that case, you may want to create calculated fields to convert the database values to real dates. Here's a numeric date value being converted to a string. The month, day, and year portions are being extracted with mid, right, and left functions. Slashes are being concatenated with the individual date parts, and the whole modified string is being converted to a date with the date function. Now, all of Tableau's built-in date capabilities can be used with the calculated field. Calculated fields open up a whole new level of flexibility with Tableau. Read Chapter 7 in the book and look at the sample workbook. You'll get some great ideas of how calculated fields can work for you.